Hello! Welcome, friends, to yet another episode of Gacha Rock and Roll.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Yes, we are. We are back. And before we start this discussion episode of ours, I'd first like to thank Andrew for having us on his show, uh, the Dialogue Box, him and Devon. It was really nice catching up with an old friend, and good luck, Devon, like we said when we had our conversation.
Yeah. Best of luck with your journey with Arknights, I guess, and keep enjoying them gacha games.
Indeed. Yes. But also, guys, we got a lot of stuff going on this week, don't we? It's October the 3rd for us here in the Philippines, so it's Sunday.
Yeah.
And don't forget, on October 5 is the final Smash reveal.
The big day, people. The
The
big
big
day.
day, guys. As I would like to say, it's either Sora or nobody.
I
Or as
agree.
Ryan likes to say, Sora slash Waluigi or
Luigi.
nobody.
Yeah. It's one of them. Oops. Looks like there was a.
Reminder, folks, ignore that.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, but yeah, we've had many discussions off mic in the past. We've concluded that almost, if not purely, nobody will be able to survive the wrath of the Smash community if they are not Sora or Waluigi.
Yeah,
I,
it's
I
gonna
still
be.
believe people will be satisfied with Crash Bandicoot, but as Ryan put,
I beg to differ because, I don't know if the Crash Bandicoot supporters community, yes, a lot of people love the game, but I don't think it's as strong as the people who would love the meme or the big franchise that is Kingdom Hearts, right?
yes. But regardless, we've got 2 more days. But first, let's talk about Genshin Impact, of course, that being the topic of today's episode. We timed this. We were actually supposed to record this a little earlier in the day, but because we remembered that today was the 2.2 stream, we figured let's get some more content. Let's get
Yeah,
some
some
more
bonus
fuel.
content.
So before we get to the discussion of the stream, let's talk about the anniversary. We have to talk about it.
Yes, I guess. I guess we do.
Yes, we do. Now, originally this episode in particular, was going to be a rant episode, but
Yeah,
me and Ryan have both mellowed down from it. Not to mention we were patient enough to wait for
the
the
rewards.
rewards.
Yeah,
But so instead, I think I'm able to say what I want to say in my rant in a few sentences, if not in one sentence.
yeah.
Because now I can't find the tweet anymore. I did want to bring it up again. But basically, there's this one tweet. I'm not gonna say who tweeted it, so that you guys don't look for them. Saying that if I the tweeter was Genshin Impact, or if I made a game with the and I got the Genshin Impact fan base, I wouldn't want to reward players either, because they leak the game, they bash the voice actors, and all that. They do negative things. Those are the words in the tweet. I will not say who tweeted it to protect them, of course. And part of me kind of agrees to an extent. I mean, you can there's a responsibility that fans have to the game as well. Don't think because you're not the creator of the content that you're allowed to do whatever you want with the game,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of knowing your limits. Because first off, guys, again, the voice actors have nothing to do with the characters. Almost nothing, apart from actually voicing them. I mean, I don't think Zach Aguilar told Mihoyo to make the Traveler a bad character gameplay wise, or I don't think Christian Banas told Mihoyo to make Toma a support instead of a DPS, or Keith Silverstein had any involvement in Zhongli not doing that much damage. They had nothing to do with that. Not just the English voice actors either. Because we heard recently about this incident where the Chinese voice actress of Kokomi had to stop streaming, I think forever now, because the so-called fans started bashing her, sent her death threats because Kokomi sucks. Now, I'm still pissed off about that, but I've tried to calm down. It's still so frustrating how stupid people can be. Like, Ryan, would you like to weigh in?
No, I mean, I have nothing really else to say. I mean, I don't. It's kind of, to me, it's not really something you have to say out loud. To me, it's kind of common sense that people are stupid and people do stupid things,
Yeah, but
especially,
like even
stuff like that.
yeah, but it's just that even with basic education, I think people can connect the dots, right?
Well, um, then there are people online who just don't have lives. I think we kind of established that before, and I think everyone knows that
Yeah,
lots of people online don't have lives. That's why they just bash people for the sake of bashing people.
yeah, and of course we have to mention the other half of the incidents with that list. If you know, you know. If you don't, quickly. There were games and Google Classroom that was review bombed by people because of how angry the Genshin fans were. They review bombed other games and Google Classroom.
I don't know
I
about
still
the
don't get
Google
why.
Classroom doesn't really make sense.
No, it doesn't. Why?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
understand.
okay, I can get review bombing Genshin's
Actual
app on the
app,
App Store.
yeah,
That's fine. If you want to complain there, that's fine.
but
Don't review bomb other
FGO,
games. You don't review bomb other games because you're disappointed in the one game.
yeah. What's Google Classroom got to do with it? It's not even a game.
Like I said, that's why I'm not really saying much because a lot of it doesn't really make sense, and it would just be a waste of my breath to keep talking about it. I
Yeah.
don't.
All right, that's fair enough. But let's also talk about the other half of this, which is what Mihoyo did to warrant the anger of the Genshin fans. So like as I recall, Ryan had more of a say in this than I did
Oh yeah. Well, if you wanna see how angry I was at the anniversary awards,
at the
you look
time.
look at the time. At the time when it was upcoming. Look back on one of our episodes. I'm not
Yeah, it should be
sure.
in the title. If not the
Yeah,
or if not, check the descriptions.
yeah, but it's there. My entire hate rant.
Well, okay, with what they've done now, with the new rewards that they've given us, did they fix was the damage control feasible? Did they do it? Did they save
Um,
it?
somewhat, I guess. Like a lot of people are fine with it already. That yes, this is as far as they'll probably go in
Of
terms of damage
a
control.
giant harp
Yes,
furnishing
but
in the
another
teapot?
10 pull.
I
Another
suppose.
the other 10 pull is actually a bit more feasible. Um, I still believe they should have done it earlier. It shouldn't have been a damage control where they had to make one of their paid packs
How are we
a
sure this
reward.
wasn't something they did plan to do?
No,
People just were
because okay,
impatient.
because we knew from leaks and whatnot that this harp thingy and these wings were meant to be an exclusive reward, a paid pack, a paid Primo Gem pack exclusive reward to those who bought the pack. But then, well,
People were that angry.
now it's not a pack anymore, and now it's clearly damage control. Like it's very obvious that this is their damage control method. It isn't their um yes, we plan to do this from the beginning. No, yeah. Because they had an official statement, remember when they were asked, you saw that, right? That Mihoyo had actually had an official statement that
They did?
yes, yeah, there are a lot of videos on it.
Really? I
If
didn't
you
know
want to
that.
see a short video on it, look for Hirohei,
Oh,
the anime news guy.
yeah.
He it's basically they said that yes, we heard the feedback about the
Oh,
anniversary, and they have more stuff planned apparently. And I think this is one of the things that they plan. I
yeah.
have no idea if they're gonna do more in terms of rewards. I'm not entirely sure, but I know that this is a damage control thing.
Okay.
I would I say I'm satisfied? There are people who are.
And there are those who are
There
not
are those who are still not satisfied. I could say I'm okay with it
at this
already.
point.
At this
But
point, I'm alright.
would that just be because it's over, or are you genuinely satisfied with this?
Like more, I think that's more because like I mean, it's more because it's over.
Uh huh.
I really hate it when a community bears like anger towards the developers, and it really hurts. Like
Unless it's rightfully so.
unless it's rightfully so, yes. And like they this kind of failure to satisfy has made the community turn into kind of a monster.
Yeah,
And I don't like seeing communities turn out that way. Like a lot of communities,
we've been there before.
they happen sometimes. They turn into those monster communities
Yeah,
that people are get really toxic about.
yeah.
But
You,
then
it's just that I guess passion for your fandom to the extreme uh gives you a lot of issues.
yes, but like there's that same can be said about the lack of passion for your fans. Like that's why Mihoyo failed the first time.
Yeah,
That's why they lost so much in terms of reputation, and they have a lot of what you call it hate
I
that they
suppose.
built, with the fan base because of everything that happened. Um, I guess well, honestly, 20 polls. It's a better anniversary reward than 10 polls. I mean,
Yeah, I'll
yes,
say
it's obvious. Yes, it's obvious that oh
that
yeah,
they didn't plan to give this to us in the
they
first
didn't plan to
place.
give this to us in the first place, which is kind of sad. It's still disappointing to me that this had to be their damage control method and that they were planning to make some exclusive content
But here
as
we
a way
are.
to make more money, and now they realize that it's not working.
Yeah,
So here we are now, where yes, they've gone through damage control, and are they going to continue with damage control? I'm not sure. I think the timer for damage control will be until the next update, which is on October 12, I think, 2.2.
oh yeah, that.
By that time, if nothing else happens, then this is all the damage control they're gonna do.
All right. So let's try and get out of this negative vibe we're giving. Let's talk a little more in the positives with the current Moon Chase Festival. Maybe not the most positive thing I can bring up, but how are you enjoying, or how have you enjoyed the? Did you enjoy the Moon Chase Festival event?
Okay.
I
It's
suddenly
kind of
find
it's
it
kind of like ironic that you say you want to move to something more positive, and I don't really have good reviews for this event.
okay.
Like,
All right, fine. How about
yeah.
we do this? Because I learned this from other podcasts. Let's get the positive stuff of this event out of the way, so we can talk about your
Okay.
review of it. Positives. One, the story.
The story, I
Very
really
good
enjoyed
story. Yeah.
it. They had a very nice ending animation with the whole
Oh
everyone's
yeah.
talking. I really liked that.
They hinted at two new characters we've never seen before.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's like
If you are a person who
yeah.
has kept up with leaks, you know who they are. If you
You,
don't,
you, if you don't, then
remember them.
remember those two faces that looked a bit unfamiliar in terms of the Lia cast, right?
Yeah.
So yes, I really like the animations. I like Goba.
Oh yeah.
Walking. I like Goba when walking around. I really like.
you
You
know.
know, it's nice to see everyone talk. Everyone from Lie have their own voice lines, have their own
Yeah.
interaction.
Even Xinyan.
Even Xinyan, yes.
And I'm happy Xinyan's involved in the in 2.2.
Yeah, I have stuff to say about that too, but
Okay, but all
um,
right.
that we'll get to that later.
Yeah,
But
it's an event that I guess story-wise was a quite wholesome one.
it's very wholesome, yes, and it included, it was especially bent on not revealing the truth until the end.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I
I
think
liked
there were
that.
hints though.
Yeah, of course there were
And
hints.
maybe some
Some
people
people
figured it out
knew already.
immediately.
Yes,
Some people who followed leaks already knew.
yes,
But it was still a fun story, especially the ending.
especially the ending. The ending was nice.
yes.
Um,
Aside from the story and the ending movie animation, that movie.
yeah,
Uh let's see.
the fish. That's also a good thing about this event.
Oh
The fish.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That the luxurious sea lore, the good weapon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely a good weapon. It's actually I think the most efficient person who can use that weapon is Yula.
Not Diluc, as everyone
No,
said.
apparently based on like testing with the fish so far, you can the person who can proc the activation, the explosion with the fish, like the big fish coming out and it does physical damage. The person who can do it most consistently during their combos is Yula,
Not not Diluc?
not the It's
Really?
more consistent if you do it with Yula, like the fish comes out right when you need it once in a while, like stuff like that, which is kind of funny. Like it's
I
the
did not see
fish.
that coming.
Yeah, I mean, if you like,
For the longest time, I've been
definitely
using Snow Tomb Star Silver on her. It turns out I need to
like
give her a
I,
fish.
I you can give her either, and I consider both really good weapons for her.
Yeah.
But if you want the extra physical damage, you go Snow Tomb. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's see.
What else?
We got the fish. We
You
got the,
realize that we're struggling to find things, which is kind of sad. But
yeah.
I like the cooking pot thingy. You know the cloud retainer's cooking pot thingy.
That.
It's an interesting game. It's a bit stressful, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have to watch three cooking pots.
There are like
I
ice
don't.
enemies, fire
Yeah,
enemies.
and
You
they're
got
bothering your cooking levels,
yeah.
stuff
At
like
least they
that.
don't attack you.
They
Is the
attack the
thing.
pots, which changes the levels.
Yeah, I think just with the right micromanaging, you can figure it out. You
Yeah,
can help.
it's.
They work to your
I think
advantage.
it's quite actually fun. I don't like the having to find the ingredient first again,
Oh
but
yeah,
that one's a bit annoying. But I do like the whole cooking pot system. Yeah, it's like,
it's
ooh,
interesting.
go to here, go to
New
there.
ways of getting food.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've run out of positives.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Unfortunately enough.
Okay, so let's take it away.
Okay. First thing, Moonchase Festival, your active events are uninspired. Seriously, uninspired. They're not unique and they're boring. I'm gonna be blunt.
Is this finding the chest and stuff?
That's one of it, yeah. I'm gonna be blunt. It's very boring for new players. Or like for old players, at least.
Yeah, it's a hassle.
It is a hassle. You have to basically go Oculus hunting, and I don't know any person in the Genshin community who would say, I enjoyed looking for all 100 plus oculi in a region. If you can find somebody who can tell that to me and be serious about it, we can gather together as a community and collectively slap him.
No, I mean people can enjoy
I,
what they want.
how,
Yeah.
yeah, how can you enjoy
Well,
going
maybe it's like
through.
enjoying. It's like enjoying treasure hunting.
Uh,
You're finding things.
do you
Looking at
enjoy trying to get a fish reward? Like the fish reward, you have it's 100% exploration rate, right?
yeah.
Do you enjoy looking for all of these moon chase charms and having one missing and not knowing where that one missing thing is and having to like spend 3 hours just looking for the one thing?
Well, you can always just ask the girl again, right?
No, she doesn't tell you all the time.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure and even if you could ask the girl, do you really want to go back like how many times just to find all of those? Like go back, go to where she said, find it. Can't find the next one. Go back. Go to where she said. Go find the next. Like, isn't that kind of that's not more annoying than enjoyable? Don't you think?
Well, yeah, yeah.
That's very annoying. And like the chest hunting, same principle. Like same thing. Like why do we have to find chests? And like why do we have to fight monsters to get these chests only to get like I don't know 5 primo gems for chest? Like,
Yeah.
what are we getting out of that? Like it's annoying, it's tiresome, and it's forced because unless you get everything, then you can't get all the rewards, which is ass.
Yeah.
It's ass in all I have to say. It's ass.
Okay, now what about the other one where you're like offer the delicacies and then
Okay,
you fight?
the delicacy. Okay,
I'll admit that's pretty unique.
you're going somewhere. They're going somewhere with that. Yeah, you offer food and then
It
you
gives you
can
buffs.
get a buff.
I actually found that to be a little more unique.
But think about it. If you're a late game player you can probably kill those camps without the buffs. You don't
I
need to
suppose.
offer food. Like,
Well, doesn't giving the food also give you stuff aside from buffs? Doesn't it
not
give you like
really.
I can remember
It makes your
offering.
glides. One of them was make your glide speed faster, or heal while you're gliding. How is that
Well, I mean they
useful?
do offer like on the way
Like,
there.
think about it. If you're a late game player, you probably have Barbara, and she's probably keeping your health maxed out. Why would you bother offering food to glide?
Yeah, yeah,
Another
that's
thing,
fair.
why don't you just teleport Statue of the Seven instead of gliding to heal? Then just teleport back to the spot you need to go to.
I suppose that works. Yeah.
And what are the monsters we fight? No new monsters, yeah. Hilitrals, slimes, some Fatui. That's it. Where, what? I really don't see how it was supposed to be challenging in any way. Like, oh, okay. Um, I don't see how it was supposed to be challenging. Like, some events were challenging, some events were unique. Like, the event from last patch,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
switch, the keep swapping, creep swapping. I found
yeah,
that
yeah.
fun because you had to keep you on your toes and
Yeah,
keep switching
I
stuff.
hated that event.
It was cool. I think it was actually quite unique and it was fun. That's how you do fighting events. You don't just make it fighting and just for the sake of fighting. This event is fighting for the sake of fighting. We're just killing things so that we can get it over with and kill the next batch of
Well,
things.
fortunately, today should be the last day because it has the. I think today is the day it unlocks the last portion of
No,
it,
that's
right?
still tomorrow, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Because it's yesterday it said 2 days. Today it will say 1 day,
Ah,
I
gotcha,
think so.
gotcha.
But it, it's not unique. It's not very inspired, and it doesn't feel like something meant to be enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I can see your complaints with that. It certainly is a hassle to look for the chests, look for the oculi. Not to mention the I didn't really have that much of a problem with the whole offer the food, get the buffs, and fight them, that sort of thing. I didn't really have a problem with that event in particular. The food pot thing with Cloud Retainer, the cooking machine, it can get fun. Sometimes it's not.
I think that's fine because it's a unique way of playing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a unique little mini game. I think I that's why I said it's a positive because it's unique. But these other stuff, it's not unique. It's like you're just copy pasting stuff we already did, or are already doing, and just coloring it in different. You're like painting our Oculus like green
yeah,
and making them a different shape just so we can gather them again. And you're coloring common chests gold so that we can find them again.
yeah. But overall, I guess Moon Chase, good story, nice art,
Yeah.
and well, I'll be honest. The story is usually the most important part of the event for me, anyway. This particular sort of event where they have the cutscenes, not just those NPC is talking to you triggers event.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, it was nice to see every Leah character, even
Yeah.
if some of them didn't have to be there.
Yes.
That's smart on the story portion, the story team of Mihoyo. They somehow found a way to make it so that it had to be that character that appeared. The best example we gave. Okay, there's two. Xinyan, who is finally featured, and
Yeah, for once.
Ganyu. Now
Ganyos.
you could argue Ganyu didn't have to be the one to tell them that oh, Nigong's looking for you. But of course she did. Like,
I
she's
mean,
a
okay,
secretary, that's her
that
job.
makes
Like,
sense. Like, honestly, the main people who didn't really need to be there were Xinyan and Chongyun. Chongyun just happened to be there with Xingqiu.
yeah,
But it's Xingqiu you really needed to meet. Chongyun just happened to be there.
yeah.
Xinyan also just happened to be there.
I argue though, like, she was looking for like
She and you,
people with
yeah, okay, but
interesting
you
tastes.
were looking
She
for,
went to Hu Tao first,
yeah,
right?
which made sense
You'd
because
go to Sin, yeah.
Xiang Ling is known to be friends with Hu Tao.
Well, she's
But
friends
then,
with everybody.
yeah, she's friends with everybody. But like, Xinyan just happened to be there. Remember, in the dialogue, she said, "Oh, let's
Oh,
go find Beidou. Let's
yeah.
not Beidou and Xinyan. No, let's go find Beidou." Xinyan just happened to be there as an insertion. They even gave her that introduction
Well, they gave
panel because people know they know.
yeah,
Nobody freaking knows who they are.
yeah. It's really funny. Like during the stream that happened a few minutes ago, an hour ago actually, I was talking to my group chat. I was like, "Hey guys," and I was like, "Hey guys, look, Xinyan's finally in the story." One of our friends who recently started was like, "Who?"
Exactly. Nobody knows
Well, to be
who the
fair, he
crap
wouldn't know a
Xinyan.
lot of characters. He just started.
Yes, but then you would like assuming he went to Lie already.
I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
if he didn't go to
But he was like,
Lie,
"Who?"
yeah, I mean that's just
At that
yeah.
point, like I actually had to ask because he's a funny guy. I actually had to ask, "Are you joking, or do you really not know who this is?" I still
Uh,
haven't gotten an answer, so I don't know.
oh, okay. Well, basically, yeah. I mean,
Still, though, overall, good story, nice cutscene. Glad we know Goba's real name.
yeah.
What was his name?
That thing is hard to say.
Malchocious.
Basta, it's another demon name.
Yeah, and this
It's
goes
still it's still
ah.
it's still part of the Goetia, the Ars
Really?
Goetia. Yeah, they get all their names from the Ars Goetia.
Well, there are 72 of them.
Yeah, they have a lot of names to work with.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You got Goba like ah.
Yeah.
I will okay. Definitely best moment of the story for me aside from him seeing Zhongli.
Yeah.
I would think it's the whole Xiao. Hey
Oh, calling
Xiao.
Xiao, and then you're just like, Xiao, you
Yeah,
there?
because
I'm here.
observant players saw that Goba was sad that Xiao left.
Yeah, because Xiao didn't see Gova.
Well, then why did you hide Goba?
No, I think he wasn't around when Xiao
Because isn't
appeared.
Goba in those cutscenes just like
Because technically,
just walking around, right?
Xiao went there, tried the food, and left. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I think for some players, Goba was right there.
I think he was just there for a brief.
Or maybe it's because Xiao didn't talk to him at all. Is the other
Yeah,
thing.
maybe probably that. So he's a bit sad. And I mean, Goba, remember, he recognizes things that are familiar.
But
He doesn't know exactly why, but he recognizes things that are familiar. So that's
Yeah.
why he's happy to see like Zhongli and stuff.
Yeah, which is now interesting to me because he used to be able to talk.
Yeah, but his power went away. So
Yes. But with that being said, we've covered the anniversary, we've covered the Moonchase Festival, we covered Smash Bros. It's time to get into that whole 2.2 boogaloo. After this sound effect. We're back, guys, and let's talk about that stream, right? First things first.
it's their shortest stream.
Oh, yeah, I just realized it. It was only 30 minutes long,
It was
right?
30 minutes long.
That's good. I like short streams as long as they're concise, to the point of what it is. No need to extend the clearly scripted banter. I like that. Keep the streams not that long. That's good for me.
Okay, sure. I'm okay with that. The banter being shorter too. It's just that I don't know. I'm not a super big fan of smaller content.
I wouldn't say
But, yeah.
smaller content. It's just that they delivered everything all at once.
No, it is smaller content.
But yeah, I mean it's only a patch. It's not like 3.0. It's nothing like that. I'm
But
sure the
still,
3.0 patch is gonna be really long.
I mean, still, but sure, it's a smaller patch this time. But yeah, I mean,
It's a new island. You got a new story. I assume.
I don't know about new story. I think new hangout is the accurate term.
Yes.
And once again, people, Xinyan is not there story based, I bet. She's just there for the sake of being there. Because it doesn't make sense that she would be in Inazuma.
Well, now hold on. That's not necessarily true. She's a wanderer, She's like
Wanderer?
She's an outcast.
No, she's stationed in Lie. It's
No,
in
but
her
she
bio.
could have been traveling. It could have been anyone
Traveling?
else. Yes, you're traveling.
No, she doesn't. Why would she travel?
Why not? She's okay.
When did she go
listen,
to?
Listen.
When?
Okay. Obviously, at this point, in the story, you can travel to Inazuma.
Okay.
It's not like
No,
don't
you
go
okay.
there.
You
It's not
still
like that
need
anymore.
you still need a ship that is well prepared to travel through the storm,
Why
because
do you
the
think-
storm is still there.
Why do you think she was talking to Beidou in the Moonchase Festival?
Okay, because think about it like
there
this.
you go. That's why.
Think about it like this. From Lie to Inazuma, it assumed that the traveler never left Lie and went to Inazuma after his story finished in Lie, right?
Wait, but then it's also implied that this Moonchase Festival obviously happens after Inazuma.
How do you know that?
Okay.
How do you know that?
Well, how do you know it's before?
Okay. We know that. Wait.
This definitely happened
'cause
after
it-
Inazuma. After the entire thing. I'm talking after
Because like
after the fight with the Raiden Shogun, which is not a spoiler at this point.
yeah.
After the whole fight, the Vision Hunt decree is now gone. Even Kokumi's story.
Mhm.
Like I'm always on. Okay, unless they say otherwise, my assumption will always be the events they present, the order in which they present the story, is in the order that the story takes place. That's a fair assumption. They haven't done anything to suggest otherwise. You can argue, you can argue for like character stories because they can happen at any point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have
Well, no. Some of them happen after certain key events only.
no, but like for example, you could like I played the official event before. That was the first time I met Mona.
Yes.
After that, I played the Mona
Story
quest, and she already said that it's you again.
Yeah.
So we've met before. That's adjustable. But
Mhm.
actual like events in the story, I think it's safe to assume the traveler's back in that area of Tivat.
Fine. Fine. I'll give you that. I guess.
Like
Sure, I'll give
okay,
you that.
nothing has suggested otherwise that he should still be there. He or she should still be there. Of course, if they ever decide that they at some point before he left for Inazuma, he went to the Moonchase Festival. Okay, that still works too. But anyway, I can excuse Xinyan being in the story because I didn't catch the stream from the start, so I didn't see the entire trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I know she said something like, correct me if I'm wrong, she said something like, oh, it's interesting seeing familiar faces from when I'm so far from home. I think I heard something
So
like
they're
that.
gonna have some
So she went there.
question mark reason.
So what's
why
she doing
she's
there?
Because
I-
it
the
makes
way I-
more
the
sense
way I
that
see it,
child
you know-
is there.
Does it?
Yeah, because the Fatui are everywhere, so it.
But
it
why
kind
why
of
wouldn't he
makes
like go
sense.
back to Lie or go back to go to Mondstadt or something?
Well, he went to Snezhnaya because he probably
Well,
heard
he
about
lives-
the whole Senora thing.
No, but didn't he leave like after?
We know
Lie?
he left Lie.
Oh, and then he
we don't
came
know
back
when.
during his story quest.
No. The story quest happened before he left back to Snezhnaya.
Oh, right. So he was on his way out.
He was on his way out.
Oh, yeah.
He was supposed to leave.
Oh, yeah,
but
with his
then, like,
annoying brother.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever.
The
But
Tooser.
basically, it makes more sense that Child's there because the Fatui are kind of moving on the move.
I suppose, yeah. It's just that
Right?
the way I see it, Xinyan's a musician. Rock
we're
star.
in a
She's a
dungeon.
she's a rock star.
We're in a fighting battle dungeon, and your excuse for her being there is that she's a rock star.
Well, okay. She's a rock star, right? So she would have traveled around. The musicians, they like to travel around the world.
Some
Maybe she
musicians
found.
like to travel.
Remember,
around
we
the
don't
world.
know the full context of why she's there. It could be that she's in Inazuma. You're there. You see her there. After that, you both find that place. It's possible. We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know. Maybe they'll give a reason why in the story.
Honestly, they're gonna make a reason why she's there. Like, oh, I'm a traveling musician, or
I mean, isn't
oh,
that
I'm
in
looking
her
for
bio?
new signs.
Isn't that in
sounds,
her
right?
bio or something?
Still, bottom line is they're forcing her to be relevant. They're
I don't know.
forcing it. They're forcing
know.
her to be relevant.
The way I
The-
see it, this is the only time they found to make her. I wouldn't say it's
No,
forced.
you
It's
could have put other people there. I bet you could have put
No.
other. You could have put Toma there as the collabable
no, but
character.
Toma has his own thing now.
he has a hangout event. He could have been the one. It would have made more sense actually if he was the one there with you in the dungeon because he's the protector, right? He's like,
No, shouldn't he be in the house?
No. But like, he's a dude. He's a protector in Inazuma. So it's like, oh, I found this mysterious thing. We should go check it out. And your child is there because he's Fatui.
You would need to find. Yeah, but still, there would have to be.
Honestly, I expected her to.
I think at this point, because of how absent she was, I'm almost certain there's nowhere else you can put her to say she's relevant. Like, it could have been
I
here.
think that was a given.
Exactly. So this is fine. We don't. Once again, folks, our dog is here.
Yeah.
So
excuse the snoring if you
he's
can
asleep.
hear it.
Oh, we can wake him up though if he gets to.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, we don't know fully the story of that event. They could give a reason. Simply, she's there. She happens to be there, and then you guys find the dungeon. I don't see that as a problem that they're forcing her in. Because she had to be there eventually. And the way I see it, why not?
I like
musicians traveling makes sense.
If you ask
She'd
me,
be the first character that actually went outside, where they're from, excluding of course Noel's second hangout.
yeah. Well, then she's not the first character. That you can't exclude that because she's not the first.
That's a hangout.
So
There are
this
people
is a
who
story.
there are people who have never played that hangout. There probably are those that still didn't. Odd because like Noel's probably the most beloved of the hangouts.
Yes, Noel is. I bet
She had the best hangout, honestly.
Yeah, like okay. So sorry to say, but there are characters who are story quest characters, and there are hangout characters. Xinyan, I thought was a hangout character.
Well, she's more of an event character at this point. This is not a story thing. This is an event.
Which is
isn't it?
like,
This is an event thing, isn't it? It's not a story.
yeah, but like you would think that she would be a more hangout character because she had no relevance in the Lia story. She had no hangout to make her relevant. She had no story quest to make her relevant.
Well, yeah,
She just
exactly. That's why
happens to be there.
Exactly. That's why we met her in the Moonchase Festival. This was the first time we got to meet her. She was speaking to Beidou, perhaps about, like I said, how to get to Lie. She wants to go to Lie. To Inazuma. She wants to go there. She wants to find new
She wasn't
sound.
speaking to Beidou about that.
How do you know? We just bumped into them and it was like, hey.
No.
It's all about food.
They talked about what. You remember the dialogue, right? They were Beidou was talking to Xinyan because Beidou was telling Xinyan that she wanted Xinyan and Xiangling to go on board for a while. On
For the show, for like a rock show, right?
Yes, she wasn't asking
I
her to go
remember.
to Inazuma.
No, I mean, we don't know. We didn't see their entire conversation. There could have been something in there about Xinyan going to Inazuma. We don't know. Again, we don't know. We just look. It was bound to happen. I feel like at this point, no matter when she would have been introduced, you would be saying the same thing. That it makes no sense that she's there.
Yeah, because it actually doesn't.
I mean, okay,
I will say the same thing.
fine.
'Cause it really
What
doesn't.
would have been the most sensible thing to put her in?
Hangout event.
And what would that be?
Hangout event.
Like what? Hey,
She has her own
hi, I'm a rock star.
Does it like the,
That's it?
Think about it. Do the hangout event really matter
Okay,
in terms
fine.
of story? Most
okay.
of it is just developing on who they are as a character. Like
Okay, fine.
Chongyun was about exorcising things because he's an exorcist. Dionas was about being a
Beer.
bartender and making new mixes because she's a bartender. Noelle's was about preparing for the knight's exam because she was an aspiring knight. Like I said, so Xinyan's will be about her trying to find more music because she's a musician.
Fine. So essentially, what you're saying is, had they put a hangout event before her appearance, this would have been okay.
Honestly, like, I just think she wasn't. I don't think she's the best person for this.
Because
to
look,
be the face.
she exists. She had to appear somewhere.
On a hangout event, that's where she should have appeared.
Well,
if you ask me.
Again, like, we don't know. Again, we can see in the story when it comes out what she's doing there. We don't know why. Really don't know why. But I won't be hesitant. It's because it's nice to see her. And for once, she's in the story, apart from the her appearance in the Moon Chase Festival.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel that Toma is a better person. Like he's the new character.
I mean, you can't really look.
He makes more sense.
I know
to
it's
be
just
there.
that you can't really go say, oh, this other character would have fit better, because then you'll find you'll find every other, literally any other character to put in there instead of Xinyan.
No, you can't put Leah characters in there. No, you can't. You can't
Again,
put Mondstadt characters in there.
No, but
either.
again, like
I won't. I'm just stating what I think because like there are also other characters that wouldn't make sense to be there. Everyone from Mondstadt and the other people from Leah wouldn't really make sense
I know,
that
but
they
like
are there.
I'm just saying as well, like with Xinyan being a musician, a traveling one at that, it's not out of the realm of possibility that she could move around.
I'm not saying it's wrong that she's there. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there are probably better people you could have fit into that role rather than focusing on that one aspect of her being just so she could be in an event story. Like
I mean, maybe this is gonna be the character development portion of her.
Honestly,
I guess.
to be honest, because instead of Kazuha for the music thing,
Should have been her.
It should have been her. That would have made so much more sense. You see, like, why is Kazuha the guy who's teaching, giving you the guitar thing? He plays a leaf.
Yeah, it's a flute.
This is a guitar, and who else plays the guitar? Xinyan. Like,
okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, that would have made
seriously,
more sense. Yeah,
that would have made so much more sense. It would have made more sense that Kazuha would be the one helping you in the dungeon. It would have made more sense.
Oh, okay.
That
So it should have been reversed.
from Inazuma, aside from the Archon, would make sense helping you in the dungeon. Child gets a free pass because he's not from any region that we can go to yet.
Oh, he's Fatui.
He's a Fatui, so he gets a free
I
pass.
would kind of argue though, why bring him there? Why not send somebody else? That's my only like. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense he's there. Like he's Fatui, of course he's there, but like, could they not have introduced a new Fatui? We've lost one. We lost one at this point. Would this not have been a good time to introduce a newer Harbinger? Somebody we've never seen before, or maybe someone we've heard of we just never seen? Like that doctor guy, or the other ones? Or is it
I think they're gonna...
Or is it because
already Scaramouche was there. So.
Or is it because Tartaglia likes to fight, and this is a fighting place?
I think so.
Alright, okay. But enough about the whole Xinyan thing. I can't believe we spent 15 minutes about her. Goes to show how decisive she is. Divisive. Excuse me.
Divisive?
Yeah, some people are like, oh cool, Xinyan's there. And then some people have your stance. Like, why is she here?
Yeah.
And, the fact, the relevance of the character as a whole. Let's talk about, of course, as you kept mentioning, Toma would have made more sense. Let's talk about Toma.
Yeah.
Shout out to, of course, Christian Banas, Pinoy Pride, as well as
great to see
good
him.
voice actor. He's very good at his role. And I'm glad he didn't have to see the idiots in the chat bashing the voice actors, because the chat was limited to emojis. That was good.
Yeah.
Good on them. Still, with Toma, like, we kind of knew ahead what he could do because, they leaked the characters. That hasn't changed. But I still think he's a decent character. He's very, as a friend of mine put it, he's Pyro Noel with a bit of Sing Chiu. What do you have to say on that? Is that a fair assessment?
I would think he's... Okay. The best way I can describe that really is he's better Xinyan, worse Xiangling. He's like in between.
He's in between. So if you wanted Xiangling to have a shield, there you go.
Like he's not as good as Xiangling in terms of the pyro, but he does it decently.
Is anyone?
Yeah.
Not a DPS.
No one's as good.
And well, okay. I like it because he has a shield. I do enjoy having. I'm interested in the fact that his shield can stack. Am I understanding that correctly? Like
Something like that.
like kind of like Kokomi's jellyfish. Like it can refresh the. Like Kokomi's jellyfish can refresh the duration. This one, like the shield can like stack upon itself.
Yeah, I think when he uses his ult, it stacks.
Yeah, that seems to be the Inazuma thing so far.
There's a lot of
characters
stacking
whose
involved.
characters whose skills can refresh via ult or via other means. Increased duration, things like that.
Yeah.
Overall, what was his spear one of the new ones they presented, or was that like one of the things you can craft?
That's the Kitayan spear. It's one of the craftables of Inazuma.
Does that make sense that he has that?
Kinda. Yeah, I mean he's a support. That's
Based on what we assume how he works, and based on what that spear can do, it makes. Isn't that the poor man's Raiden Shogun weapon?
No, the poor man's Raiden Shogun weapon is the catch.
Oh yeah, the catch. A spear I still don't have. Yeah, Toma, not a bad character. Like I'm curious to see how he will function in the gameplay. He has a shield, like because on the one hand he's a shield character. I do like shield characters. I'd like to have one on my team now. But on the other, he kind of seems to be what's the way to put it? He kind of needs to be active. Like the purpose of a shield character for me is to drop the shield and leave. But like you'd kind of need him to be there to like refresh the shield. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if his shield will be strong. I'm not sure what it scales off
HP.
of. Is it HP?
I heard them say HP.
Well, I guess his shield.
Kind of like Noel's shield, except HP instead of defense. Right? Or am I getting that wrong? I know somebody's shield scales off HP. It might be like Diona or
Noel's
Noel's
is defense.
Xinyan's is defense. Diona's?
I think
Zhongli's?
Zhongli is HP.
There we go.
Yes, but then again, we can't compare Zhongli to Toma.
Yeah,
we
Zhongli's
cannot.
Geo, not to mention a 5-star.
No shield that is not Geo cannot compare to any Geo shield.
Yeah, Toma overall, does he seem like a?
Honestly,
I don't know if we should do it. Should you roll for Toma?
Honestly,
episode?
I think there's nothing wrong with getting Toma as a character. He's not problematic in any way. He's actually pretty okay. He doesn't do the things that other people can do better, but I still consider him a very viable character actually.
All right. What surprised me as well? He's coming with Hu Tao.
Yes.
I thought he was coming with Child.
Hu Tao is banner 2, huh?
Yeah. I thought he was coming with Child, so that's surprising.
Just so everyone remembers.
Oh yeah, guys. I think we mentioned this literally in the last episode. There's this whole thing of like our sound buffering when we record. Well, not buffering. It's like our voice recording, voice memos, is lagging.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the audio, does it?
It didn't.
Okay,
but we are aware.
If anything starts to sound off, just let us know, guys.
Yeah, we are aware that this is happening. We're monitoring it. But anyway, that surprised me that he was in the Hu Tao. He's in the Hu Tao banner.
Well, I mean, that actually kind of causes problems for our predicting in the future, because that means they can put the same weapon, same element characters on the same banner.
I thought that wasn't a thing. Really,
because I don't recall if we've ever had
same weapon, same banner.
Same weapon, same element, same banner.
Is this the first time?
I think this is the first time, so it's a bit problematic, honestly.
Okay, let me think of some possibilities. I don't think this is
who are the people who have the same
like, for example,
weapon
I don't
element.
recall I don't recall Diona being on Ganyu's banner.
She was not.
Okay, there's no other Geo There's no other Geo spear user. There's no other Hydro bow user.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Hutao, well, this
Barbara
now.
was not on Kokomi's banner.
No, Barbara was not on Kokomi's banner. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. There's no other Electro Sword user, is there?
Kachin,
Actual sword. Not.
Actual sword.
There's nobody else.
No, it's just
The Traveler doesn't count. Because
Traveler
of
doesn't
course.
count because everyone gets Traveler. And, he's not on banners.
Eula? Was there is there another...
Cryo
was
Claymore.
Chongyun
Chongyun, no.
on Eula's banner?
No, he
Are
was
you
not.
sure?
I don't think he was. I don't believe he was. If he
I
was,
think-
then sure, you can disprove us now. But Hu Tao coming back, I think, is more important to talk about.
Well.
And Child having a third rerun.
Yeah, he's the first character to have a third.
Yeah, but I've said off mic, but I'll say it again. Because Child is getting a third rerun, you're never gonna see him again until
Maybe
a year and a half
from now.
a year and a half. You're not gonna see him again.
Yeah.
Because if they put a fourth Child banner within the same year span after the last one came out, people are just gonna be pissed at that point.
I don't know. There are fans. There are a lot of Child fans.
Not enough to make what you call it,
To make the sales
to make
grow.
the
Yeah, I
sales
get it.
grow, and lots of people are just gonna be like, why is he back?
Well, okay. For those who follow leaks, you might know why. For those who don't, we won't say what it is. There is a there's a rumor why he's back. Aside from the fact that he's obviously here in this fight.
Honestly, I don't think they're gonna add that stuff.
Exactly.
'Cause
So
they didn't
obviously, aside
mention-
from the fact that he's there in that fighting event,
Yeah,
there's a
'cause-
reason he's back. This is the third
Well,
one.
the problem I think is that they didn't really say
Oh,
anything
yeah.
about having a story part, and if we follow that leak, then they would have some kind of special event for that thing happening.
Maybe that comes after in the patch.
I don't
In the
know.
patches later.
No,
portion.
they've kind of mapped it out already because they even mentioned the leyline overflow. So that's the last thing we're gonna get for that patch, which means usually if we get a leyline overflow
There's
event,
a story after.
it's going to be a short patch of some sort. It's either more exploration focused, like next patch, or Inazuma's first patch, where Inazuma exploration was the main thing, or you don't get the leyline overflow event and it's gonna be pretty big. There's lots of stuff.
All right.
Like this patch where we got all the more Inazuma stuff and Moonjae's festival, right?
Okay. Well, as we said, if you know, you know. Assuming it's true, if you know, you know. If you don't, wait till 2.2 actually comes out. It might give you more context. It might. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, he is here for the third time. Now I'm curious, what exactly do they think the selling point will be?
I don't.
Let's
honestly
exclude
don't know.
that rumor
Yeah,
that rumor
excluding that rumor, and
of why.
unless that rumor is part of the current event that they're gonna do,
Yeah,
then
he has
I don't
no
see
new
a selling
4-star. We
point.
don't know. They never mentioned
I don't see a
new
reason-
4-star.
I don't see a reason why people will roll for him because Thomas on the other banner,
Small
right?
argument. The Polar Star.
That's a child weapon.
Exactly. So if you don't have it, for those who actually don't have him, or for those who want a better
Okay.
weapon,
Honestly, there are better choices. If you're looking for a bow,
the Polar
that is
Star.
not.
Wasn't the Polar
tailored-
Star kind of designed to be his weapon?
Yes, but if you don't have child, then
It's pointless.
it's pointless.
Well,
There are
maybe
better
that's-
bow choices.
Maybe that's why that's why he's here. For that, he came with the bow.
Well, no, he wasn't there to come with the bow. The bow was there to come with him. I believe that because
Really?
no, they
I
don't.
mean, okay.
They create the
There are
bow
probably
specifically
those-
for the character.
Okay, there are probably those who actually don't have him.
Of course,
So
there are those
this
who
is
don't
the
have-
opportunity. This is
if,
the opportunity.
If you
here.
want
if
him,
you
at
want
least.
him,
Like if you didn't get him on the first rerun or on the first banner or
or the second,
or the rerun banner,
Or the
you can
other
get him
rerun.
on the new rerun banner. Like
yeah.
I'm not sure why they keep pounding in Child's presence. Cause both if you combine the sales of both child banners combined, it was still less than Klee.
All right, but we don't know. Again, uh,
And that the not Klee banner combined, huh? Just the first Klee banner.
true. Well, Child is the only Hydro DPS we have as of now.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think Hydro is really a viable DPS.
Yeah, but
Child it makes it viable, but only if you have Child.
And the right support, Raiden Shogun / Fischl / Xiangling to an extent.
Like my friend told me the other day, like it's a hot take on him. That's what he said.
What?
But like, he said that Xingqiu is budget Child.
Really?
Like, and to be honest, I almost agree
Can
with him.
Xingqiu do damage?
Like no, but like basically they do the
He
same
has the
thing.
support. Yeah,
like
with the sword.
I basically kind of agree. 'Cause
Really?
they kind of do the same thing, don't they? Like
No.
like if you think about it, both of them,
Deal hydro damage.
Deal
to
hydro
multiple enemies
damage.
in the surrounding area.
yes, and both of them can deal it over a limited period of time. Both of them have ults that are kind of important for them to actually do damage in a large manner. And sure, one has utility, one's more tailored to DPS, but I mean, it's still Hydro.
I suppose. All right, it's an interesting take.
I mean, that's his hot take. I
mean,
kind
we
of
could-
believe him, but
Now I just got an idea of a hot takes episode. We can gather hot takes. That'll be interesting.
yeah, we can try
Okay.
that.
But yeah, so I wonder, what is the selling point? Assuming you already have him, like I do. I already have Child at this point, Tartaglia. What would the selling point be for somebody who already has him? Like, why would you want him again? Constellations, I guess.
don't know what his constellation power spike is. I don't know if he's one of those.
He works a lot better. Then again, most do, but like, he's a lot better with constellations.
Yeah, but like I don't know what constellation is that real spike for him.
3 or 4? I forgot.
Because if it's like
It's been a while
C3,
since I-
C4, you might just like
should've rolled
unless
his
you're
other banners
unless
too.
you're a whale, then you shouldn't
Like,
even try.
It's not that. I mean, I guess of course constellations are valuable. Like to anybody who owns Ganyu, if you happen to have Ganyu at the more constellations on Ganyu, the more scary she already is.
Like for example, honestly, you just need C2 Ganyu, and she's already fantastic, more fantastic than she could ever be.
Than she already is now.
C6 Ganyu is already
Is a monster.
No, I mean, you don't really need it.
No,
it's good to
oh
have,
my God,
but
yeah.
like C2 Ganyu is good enough already. It's like already insane. If Child requires like C3
Yeah.
and
That's a
you
problem.
don't have already a constellation on him, like if you're not already at C1 or C2 and you rolled on dispatch banners, Raiden and Kokomi,
Yeah.
and you're not a whale, don't bother.
What
You're
if?
not gonna get what you're trying to get.
What if this is the last time he will be on his own banner, because he'll be the first new standard character? I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind that either. Actually, like here they have to move people to the
Yeah, they
standard
do.
pool.
They gotta increase the
have
pool.
to increase the pool eventually.
Yeah,
because like
and people who might want and
oh wait,
to start
actually,
with a Hydro DPS,
You know-
not a bad idea.
part of me actually is saying don't increase the standard pool.
Why?
Because like, if you think about it, the standard pool is the only way for beginner players
Yeah.
to kind of have the 5-star character and get to upgrade that.
Oh,
so that
because
that
they'd be
character
starting
can
in like Mondstadt.
yeah, so
and
that
stuff,
character
right?
can kind of carry them through the game, right?
Okay.
And if you're a beginner character and you go to Inazuma, you die in 5 seconds.
Okay, so then should they limit?
That's why that's why they haven't opened up the standard pool. I think
Well,
it
what
makes
about-
sense because if they added characters from other regions, then they wouldn't be able to upgrade them.
Oh, but yeah, but then you have characters like soon. What if somebody who starts out gets Sayu, Toma?
Well, that's a problem for them already because they need to go into Inazuma just to
Yeah.
upgrade them. And
What if they would? Okay, so it is possible for them perhaps to limit. I would say like maybe limit it to no. You can't. I was thinking maybe what if they just limited new standard characters to Mondstadt characters, but then Eula's Ascension art
Is
requires
Dragon
Dragon Spine, and while it's not that hard,
I mean, going to Dragon
Going
Spine
to Dragon
itself is
Spine-
kind of difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
like when you're okay to go there, it's not a problem anymore.
Yeah, like I don't know what new player experience is like for Dragon Spine. Actually, like
Well,
I don't know
when it was
what
first
it's.
introduced, it was kind of.
Yeah, but like no, what I mean is, what happens to people who go to Dragon Spine now?
I mean, would you go to Dragon
haven't-
Spine now?
like if you're a new player and you're exploring,
Oh yeah, why would you go there?
I mean, no, so people will go there because there are people who went all the way to Lie before finishing Mondstadt story. Like I know,
Oh
I know
yeah,
there are
I
people
know.
who did that.
I know that too.
People who do that for Mondstadt, people who do that for Dragon Spine. But then like, how is it like for you? Is it like do they still they have side quests? Yeah, but
Well,
like
do they experience the Albedo story?
the Albedo story quest, yes.
Is that the Dragon Spine?
That is the Dragon Spine introduction, I guess.
But wasn't that an event?
No, the Albedo is actually a story quest.
Oh,
I
so
mean,
they can only
there
get.
was a story quest. It was very short.
So no, I mean, because like, will they get the Festering Desire? Will they get
No.
all those? No.
No. Festering Desire was exclusive to Dragon Spine's release.
Yeah. Okay, but with standards, I guess. Okay. Add that to one of the should they not, maybe a hot take. I don't know. That's an interesting take. We should talk about that later on.
Hot take,
I don't really know if it's a hot
cold take,
Well, it kind of is a hot take. Yeah. now
cold
that I think
take,
about-
cold take.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let's see. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So Hu Tao's coming with what was his name? Toma. So
Yes.
this now is the first time supposedly, unless there was somebody we forgot, like maybe Diono was in Gamyo's banner at one point. We don't know.
Yeah. This is the first time they're doubling up on the same element,
Yes.
same weapon in the same banner.
So this changes predictions. This changes
yeah,
everything.
this makes it so that we can't really
You can't predict anything.
we
now.
can't isolate trends like that they don't use the same element or they don't use the same element and weapon. Yeah, they kind of throw that away.
Oh,
And all
okay.
we can do to predict now is like who was in the last banner
They
before
won't be
that.
in the next one.
They won't be in the next one. That's all we can do at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah. They don't. The characters don't appear twice in the same patch.
No, they
do
don't. They don't.
All right.
Well,
Then you'd have to backtrack. Who was here in the last one?
mhm. So
That's already a hard thing to remember because I don't remember who else besides Kojo Sara was in Raiden
Raiden's
Shogun's banner. Beidou?
Beidou,
Who was the other one?
Raiden, Kujo Sara, Sucrose.
Sucrose.
Yeah.
And then Kokomi is now
Is Xingqiu,
yeah.
Xingqiu,
Noel?
Rosaria, and
Noel?
no.
Ningguang?
No.
Why do I think he's a Geo?
It's
character?
not Bennett. I'm for sure it's not Bennett because
So he might come back.
because if Bennett was there, I would actually be rolling on the banner just so I could get C1 Bennett. But
Razor? Is it Razor?
it's Razor. I think it's Razor.
Okay.
But yeah, we kind of lose our predicting value.
All right, but
I guess.
it makes it more exciting in a way.
So
Of course, apart from the what was it? The
Much
reruns,
higher,
we
yeah.
now have new weapons like the Polar Star and those other 3 4
Yeah,
star weapons. Do we
those-
know what they can do?
the spear, they're all energy. They're still kind of energy
Oh, of course they
gimmick. That spear is a new Xiangling weapon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like if you like,
Like
using
that's for her.
no, not specifically for her.
No,
but
I mean
like,
in the sense that it
oh,
would work.
it's great on her.
Yeah.
Like if you love using.
Are we
your
sure that's not a Tomo weapon because he's gonna be there?
It's not. It's more of a Xiangling weapon. If you ask me, it would work on Toma because Toma does a similar thing to Xiangling, just
He doesn't
not
really.
as consistent.
He doesn't drop up. Well,
No.
He dro-
He can apply pyro in a
Yeah.
less consistent fashion because he puts more of it investment into
Really?
shield,
oh.
right? That's
Or-
why he's
yeah.
better Xinyan.
Ah, gotcha. Go on.
So I guess it will work on him too.
But
Those
it's
weapons,
a Xiangling weapon.
it's a Xiangling weapon. If you love using your national team or you just like using your Xiangling support, then
She's a good support,
is
so
a good
yeah.
weapon for you. Yeah.
All right.
Polar Star is a child weapon. it is a child weapon through and through. I don't think it works very good on other people.
Mm-hmm.
Child, that's
Yeah.
a good weapon. Yes.
Put it this way: it's like having it's like having. I don't know if this is the correct example. It's like having the Amos. No,
Amos
it's like
Bone.
it's like having the Unforged on somebody that doesn't have Zhongli in the team.
Yeah, that's a good example. That's a very good example because if honestly, Unforged is pretty useless unless you have a shield strong enough like Zhongli's to persist.
Yes.
At least.
So aside from the weapons, there was also the Surumi Island.
Yes, Surumi Island is the fog-covered island, the foggy forest, the land of the island of the Thunderbird, apparently.
The Thunderbird.
Yes, because you know how there are kitsune statues on Narukami Island.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bird. There's a
Surumi
Tengu.
Island is known to be the island of the Thunderbird. That's their
Where the Tengus come from.
It's kind of like their deity spirit. Kind
Also like how
you know,
Watatsumi Island has a...
Narukami Island was Kitsune Saigu.
Yeah.
She was the
And then, like,
Narukami spirit.
Yeah, like Watatsumi Island has
had
the fish.
Orobashi.
The snake, right?
Well, Orobashi was a god, so that's different. But
Well, it's a deity, yeah.
there's a deity, right? So and there's the Thunderbird. Thunderbird, I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but the Thunderbird.
Was this one
was
of the
more
guys in like a Raiden Shogun's demo
No.
trailer?
No. But Kitsune Saigu, it's the Thunderbird is like Kitsune Saigu. It's kind of like the protector of that island.
What was? Or
Well,
it is?
I don't know if it's still there or it went away. I mean, if I know that the Tengu are connected to Surumi Island because
Oh, then
you know,
you'd think Kojo
Crow
Sara
and-
would have been involved here.
I don't know if they having a maybe we'll have a
Maybe she will be.
maybe we'll have a later story involving Surumi Island.
I would think so, yeah.
If you follow leaks, then you would know about what I'm talking about. But no spoilers.
Oh, no, even I don't know what this is about.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Off mic.
That's actually a very, very quick tangent, sorry. Kojo Sara hasn't had much character development, has she?
No.
I think it's time to...
We talked
put
to
that.
her.
Twice.
We talked to her a few times. She kind of got knocked out.
Yeah,
and
even
then,
no, but even in Kokomi's stories, she did not much changed. Like I want to see something.
Sarah is still Sarah.
Yeah, I would have hoped to have seen something from this, but
well.
who can say? Anyway, going back. Yeah, Surumi Island's full of fog, full of more chests, more
Those
hunting.
special chests. The
Those-
furniture only
Oh
chests.
yeah, that's gonna
Like
be.
honestly, I don't want to have to spend
No, I don't like
5 minutes climbing like a wall just so I could get a piece of furniture.
True.
Can you at least put some primo gems in it so it's like worth?
It didn't look like it had any. when
It didn't
they
look
opened
like it had any.
Like-
So I'm
Like,
gonna
I'm
be.
not I'm not somebody who uses the teapot that much anyway. Like I don't really care much about it.
So there's no reason for him to go find
find
the
them,
chest.
yeah.
Like, sure, you're adding a new type of chest. Could you still add primo gems? Like, you could at least make it drop like a common chest, like 2 primo gems. At least it's something.
Yeah, like
Or an
I
exquisite
still,
chest is 5.
Yes, like I'll still advocate this until they do it, or until the game shuts down. For the teapot, there are people who are very, very lazy with creating things. I should know. I'm one of them. I used to play The Sims on my iPad, and you could buy furnished houses. I always
You
wanted
want a
to do it.
furnished teapot?
Yes, I would rather have a furnished
I mean, the
teapot
closest
already.
you're gonna get to
I'm
that is
I'm
the
willing
sets.
yeah, like I'm willing to do grind for all the wood, the materials, the dye.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do all that if I can get that set because I don't want to have to do that.
Honestly, the closer you're gonna get to that is just the sets that
Yeah.
they're giving you. Because like they have indoor sets, they have outdoor sets.
Yeah,
All you need
but
to
they
do is
used to
just
have
put the sets
Put
there.
them there.
I mean, most of it is like it kind of obvious where you should put it. Like there's a gate set, there's like a tree set, there's like a garden set that you just put next to your house.
Yeah,
There's,
like the only exception.
there's a kitchen set.
Like I would want a furnished teapot. The only exception being those favorite things of your characters.
Oh yeah, because some characters have like favorite.
I still don't know what they are.
Oh,
I've never
you can
seen
check.
one.
You can check.
Yeah, because I've still never seen one.
The
Like
favorite.
Ganyu, Eula, and Gina are in
I
my
think
house.
there's an indicator inside if you, but you don't use teapot often. But
Yeah,
I think there's an indicator
I've
for the
never
furnishing
seen a need
sets.
for it. Yeah, I will look
I'm
for
pretty
that.
sure the furnishing sets have indicators who's the favorite thing, and if you put them there, they'll say something different.
All right, I can do that. But anyway, aside from the teapot stuff, I just wanted to kind of quickly brush that because I don't really care much about it.
Yeah.
Although I mean, it's cool that they're adding an Inazuma version of it.
I am gonna reset all my stuff and
They're gonna put it there now.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy that they have a new set that I want to use because like my Lie set got a bit out of hand.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of happy that we're getting more stuff and all those floating islands. I get to I'll have all the islands ready and I'll get to set up everything from scratch so that I don't need to do everything one by one. I can do everything I wanted to do.
Yeah, that should work out fine as well. Anyway, what were we talking about before the teapot?
We were still going through the Tsurumi Island.
Oh yeah.
Right?
So we've got the fog. We've got the. Is that where the fighting dungeon thing is?
I'm not sure where the dungeon thing. I know that's an event. It's gonna be somewhere, but
somewhere else.
Tsurumi Island. It's gonna be cool. There's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
There is. I'm pretty sure there is Bale Thunder there.
Oh no.
So you be careful.
Okay. Oh, I just remembered now. What I found funny about that. What was the name of the little guy in that place? Shiki Taisho?
Who's Shiki Taisho?
Didn't they say that? Oh, there's gonna be this little guy in the dungeon fighting thing.
Oh
He's gonna help you
yeah.
and stuff
The
like that.
floating paper.
The floating
guy.
paper guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, interesting. They show us that just as Melty Blood comes out with a character named Shiki Tono, Shiki T.
I'm enjoying the game a lot. It is very difficult
Yes,
to get
like how is
used to the
Melty
playing
Blood?
style, but
I can't.
I
still can't believe you didn't main the character you said you would.
I'm surprised as well.
Like Year of Love main now.
I might actually just play Noelle.
Really?
Yeah.
Noelle Sensei.
Her buttons are much easier for me to adapt to. It would seem, but like
Can't you change the buttons on your own? You actually can't change
like
it, right?
doing quarter circles with the joystick. Like honestly, at this point, I might actually be comfortable with those big arcade joysticks. Because my thumb doesn't move fast on the motion stick to do
But your
inputs
wrist
fast
would.
enough. But I think like my fingers would, because I would do taps and stuff like that.
I see.
But I don't know. But yeah, I'm not necessarily the best at fighting games, but I'm enjoying the game a lot. I love the music. I love the art. There were so many Fate references. Saber
Why is Saber
there.
there? I still
She's
need.
not meant to be there. They
Is there-
actually just said that she's not meant to be there. She just happens to be there.
Because doesn't she have a story there?
Her story is just killing Roa.
Really? That's
I think
interesting.
she kills Roa and then like
That's it.
Arquid's like, "Oh, you did my job for me.
Thanks.
You're kind of powerful. You wanna spar?" And then they just like, "All right, I won't." Saber's like, "I don't back down from a challenge. I feel very inclined to fight you. Let's fight." And then the end.
Wow. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So going back, Surumi Island. We talked about the what is it? The fighting sort of
Dungeon
fighting
thing.
time.
Yeah,
dungeon
there's
event.
other events like
I
that.
feel like there was-
Immortal Ruin Grader thing.
Yeah. What's that?
Okay,
if I'm understanding this correctly, basically just kill the thing that's healing it first, then.
Okay, the way it's going to work is that there's this big Ruin Grader. He's extra large.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah,
an
no,
extra
I-
thick boy.
Yeah.
Right, and
He
he
can still
can't
shoot
be
his eye.
killed. He can't be killed until you drain his power source.
I wonder if that's true.
Yeah, it is true.
Like what if there's some, I don't know, some whale out there that decides I'm just gonna fight it.
No. What
Or-
happens is like this. Okay, basically the first two stages are you experimenting,
Yeah.
like understanding how to use the systems, how they work. Like
the little
the gazer,
flashlight
the eyeball
pod
thingy.
things.
Yeah, and then also the crystal thingy that you have to protect.
Yeah.
Please bring your sucrose for that. That is going to be very
Helpful.
very helpful. And then the last one is the actual fight, right? When you
Yeah.
have to activate thing. If you don't finish those crystal things, their activation, when you kill the guy, he'll just sit down again,
Oh, and you have to fight him.
and then
again.
he'll stand up again with full health.
Oh, so you have to kill those things.
You have to activate the thing first, and then he'll die.
Okay.
So even if you one shot him, he'll come back to life. So you really have to do the event thingy with the
Okay.
crystals.
I don't know if people will like that. I already feel like I won't like that.
I mean, that's more of protect the crystals.
Oh, then it is kill the guy.
Then it kill the guy. It's like when the crystals activate, then kill the guy. So I think it's a boss with a gimmick. I think
Alright,
it's more of a
alright.
boss with a gimmick.
It looks complicated.
Kind of like Geo-hypostasis, actually.
Well,
Like,
it kind of looks complicated though.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I mean, most of it's just fighting the dude. The other thing that we have after that is the music event we're gonna play.
Oh yeah, with the lyre.
They're actually just making it another music game. They added the press and hold
Yeah.
music strings.
Yeah,
I'm not good at music games,
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
I'm really bad at
Bang
them.
Dream players like me.
I'm really bad at them. I tried to play Cytos when I was in China, but then
It didn't work, did it?
it was so hard. Like I can't. I actually can't. But
Yeah, like try Bang Dream D4DJ. They're simpler. Well, D4DJ maybe not D4DJ, but like Bang Dream, it's got that. It'll be a breeze. Trust me.
I'm not gonna play music games.
Okay.
I'm not good at them. But yeah, you get to get the guitar. There's some Primo gems from that. That's cool.
Yeah. Plus, you get to sing. You get to play the songs with
Play
other people.
alongside some of the characters. I don't know why some of them can play a harp.
Why not?
It doesn't really
Talent.
make sense.
It's funny seeing the Raiden Shogun play music.
How does she even know how to? Oh, never mind.
I think she
Okay,
would know
whatever.
what music is.
No,
and,
but how does she even know how to play? Like that isn't something you just happen to know.
It must be very boring in her.
No, that's not what she's doing. What do you think? She's not a hobbyist.
Didn't she say Yay Miko was supposed to bring her like light novels?
I don't know. That's the community joke. Raiden Shogun can't be this cute. Yeah.
Oh really? I thought that was real.
No, I mean, okay. The community accepts it's real, so we believe it's real.
Yeah, it's like, oh here, light novels.
Hey, what?
Didn't she say at one point, oh, she was supposed to bring me these light novels?
I don't know, but like.
Didn't she say that in her story?
I don't think so. No, I don't remember that. Or no, I think there was
When you
something
ended
like
up
that.
there in the EA publishing house.
EA used to bring me books or something like that.
Yeah. So,
But
she could have a lyre in there,
doesn't make sense.
Not doing
But
anything with that.
anyways,
Or the Shogun's just walking
that's just
back and
another
forth.
music event. Good luck to you people not good at music and.
It doesn't look that hard though. The last one wasn't so
Says
hard.
the person who actually plays music.
No,
games.
like the last one wasn't so hard. The Monster one.
I still failed some of that, but
Yeah.
and that one was easy. This one has so many buttons.
Oh yeah.
And once again, they're doing that thing where they have buttons where you're supposed to press and it doesn't match the music at all. I don't know why they do that.
I mean, it kind of does if you listen carefully. But anyway.
I listen very carefully. I sit around and listen to the music. I was supposed to listen to the orchestra right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the VOD of that later. That's
Yeah.
gonna be cool.
Let's see. After that, of course, we have the last thing, which is the leyline overflow.
Yeah, the usual leyline
Overlay.
overflow, meaning yes, this is a small update. Yes, we need to waste a bit more time.
Are we forgetting something?
I mean, if you want to roll for Hu Tao, she's there. Hu Tao's a very big help for you people. She
Yeah.
also works off HP.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. A little, because it actually might be time to wrap up though, because I think we've run out of stuff. To be fair, the stream was short also. So,
Oh yeah, the stream was pretty short.
this is the first time no new character was in a patch, right?
Toma.
No, 5-star.
No.
When was the first
No,
time?
Remember
Both the
Rosaria's patch.
Who was the new 5-star in that? Who was after that Tartaglia banner? Or was he the latter of that? When I say this, I
Rosaria
mean...
was on Child's Banner.
Yeah, who was after that?
I'm trying to
Was
remember.
Xiao after that?
I'm trying to remember.
I might
actually.
recall it. I think it might have been Xiao.
Was it Xiao?
Or was it Albedo?
No, wait, no. Albedo
Albedo?
came out with Dragon's Spine. No, wait.
Was Albedo first, then Xiao?
Albedo then Child.
Then Child. See, he was there.
He was there, yeah.
So I mean, like, this is the first...
I'm pretty sure they've done like one.
Okay, who was after Zhongli in his rerun?
Kazuha.
Okay. Who was after Klee in her rerun?
20.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No. It was Klee, then Kazuha. And
Yeah.
then. Wait, what? No, it was Venti first, and then Klee, and then Kazuha. And then we had Inazuma.
Now, that wasn't Now that was not 3 banners in one patch, right?
Venti was the patch before.
Exactly.
Who was before Venti?
Was it Zhongli? I don't think so. Xiao? Eula?
Eula. I think it was Eula.
So, this is the first time we've had two banners in which the 5 stars are reruns.
Yes.
The only new character is Toma.
Yes.
Now, this change, like you said a while ago with your predictions, this also changes things.
No, I mean, it doesn't really change
Hold
much
on,
for
I think I
what
might remember
believe.
one. Do you remember when everyone thought Huta was gonna come out the first time and it was Kaching instead?
Yeah.
Who was before that?
Xiao.
Oh, okay. Xiao was the new character at that point. So, will they? I feel like they will do this again. They will do this again. They have that leeway now. To like, okay, you have Child who used to be here. You have Huta who also used to be here.
More people.
Oh, by the way, this is actually a good example, guys, of the leaks are not always true. There's no Ganyu costume. There's no Ningguang costume. There's no Ganyu rerun.
There's no Lie skins in general.
Yeah. I remember when everyone said, oh, there's gonna be a
There's gonna be
Ganyu paid
skins.
skin, there's gonna be a Ningguang free skin.
Yeah.
We got none of that.
Lies, like
Unless-
that's why we say take with a grain of salt.
Yeah, all the
Because
time.
even when we talk about links,
We don't know
leaks,
if they're always true.
We don't know if they're always true.
Yeah, people thought this would be the time they would have a Ganyu rerun. No, they chose Hutao instead.
Some people thought it was going to be Ye's first appearance on a banner.
Yeah,
But
how
then-
wrong.
No, we're wrong. I mean, some people are happy since they have more time to save.
Oh, I am, yeah. Definitely.
Am I happy to see Hutao again? I don't really
Do
need
you
constellations.
Would it be
I mean, Constellation 1 is very good if you're having problems
So why not?
managing
Yeah.
your stamina.
But you're not having problems managing your stamina.
Not really. I mean, all I really need, I think, is Bennett having one constellation and maybe better artifacts, and then maybe I can finally 6-star or complete 9-star floor 12.
Maybe.
Because I can only 6-star it.
Man.
I'm always one or 2 stars short, which is always so painful to see. Because that stupid Magu Kenki does like 10 billion damage when he hits you once. Stupid guy. Oh my gosh.
Alright, and with that, that's about it.
I don't think.
Surprisingly long episode for a very short stream.
Yeah, I think it was more of just, digesting everything that's happened so far
Yeah,
in Genshin, everything that's went on
Yeah,
and the like.
yeah. Plus, I did enjoy the whole Xinyan debate thing for what it was worth.
This
I
is
actually did
Xinyan
enjoy it.
debate.
Yeah, we should do that with other characters. Maybe we'll do that with another game.
Yeah, we can call it character hot takes.
Or maybe just game hot takes. Because,
No,
a while
I
ago you
think-
mentioned the whole standard banner.
Oh, well, I think that's more of a, character thing also.
Alright, we can work with
Or
that.
maybe just gacha hot take.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nice segment.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have that
Alright,
next time.
guys, so that was 2.2.
Yeah.
The stream, anyway.
And that was the anniversary stuff
Oh, yeah,
that we were
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, the
If you want to
anniversary.
see me angry, folks, go over
See you.
or hear me angry, sorry. I always assume we're like videoing something.
No.
I don't know why. I'm so used to saying like see me because like I've done videos before, but then like anyways, if you want to see me angry, go or
Here.
God damn it, whatever. If you want to hear me angry, go listen to one of our old episodes
yeah.
before the patch came out, before the anniversary drama and whatnot.
It should be in the description where it is. It for those of you who might have heard it in the past, it's the one where it's the one where I screwed up the audio. It's that one.
Yeah, it is that one.
And we somehow managed to make an hour long episode with
still-
Ryan's rant.
Yeah, good thing I had that bottled up. But anyways, thank you all for listening to this episode of Gacha Rock and Roll.
Yes, as usual, you can find us over at Facebook, not Twitter. We don't have Twitter.
We don't. Twitter is a bad place. We're not gonna go to Twitter.
Yeah. You can find us over there on Facebook. And yeah, just enjoy any gacha game you're playing and good luck.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff happening.
Also, be prepared for October 5, the beginning of the end. Well, no, the end.
Or the new beginning.
No, it's the end. Isn't Sakurai done after this?
Yeah, well, like a new
It's the end.
beginning. Smash might come back to life depending on
How?
who's there.
Okay. Yes. So, Sora for Smash or nothing. Or well,
Waluigi for Smash, or Sora for Smash, or
Nothing.
the world explodes.
right. Will this be as catastrophic as the anniversary? Depends on who comes up.
Alright, folks. That's it all from us.
Bye.